Hi, Jenny with Frizz Drape. I am here to show you the difference between new soap and old soap. There's so many things to consider when soap making, but I have checked online. I don't really see any visual depiction comparing the two. And if you remember one of my previous videos, I made this soap. This is a confetti soap, and this soap has soap shreds from old soap, meaning previously made batches of soap that I beveled and planed. I kept the shreds slash scraps and I use it in making this new bar. So all of these speckles, the confetti, are old soap, and this particularly is new soap. New soap meaning it was a fresh batch that was mixed and poured. Granted that what's suspended in the old soap is also new soap. We'll talk about that. Now, this is the soap that myself and my husband have we've been using for quite a while, and it got to a point where I was like explaining to my husband, what's going on with the soap. So if you can see, hope you can see this good. And I wish I shot this video when this was a little bit more pronounced because what was happening is, as you can see, that the ends are thick, they're still thick, meanwhile the middle is getting skinny. A few days back, it was more pronounced than this. The ends were much thicker and this was skinnier. Now they're beginning to more so align because you get to a point where when you're using the soap and going like that and using the soap, you're going to start using this more than you're using this because of the contact. The contact your soap has with the hand is going to remain on top and the bottom, and it will leave the middle alone. So at some point it will start to equalize, but not completely. As you can see, it looks almost like an hourglass. It was more pronounced than this. I should shut the video then. But I felt like this to show you when people say new soap, old soap lasts longer. This is what they're talking about. Granted, there are factors. Now, when you are using your soap, you want to make sure that you're not leaving it in water. You want to use a good soap um, soap holder, soap stand that's breathable, raised so that the soap is not sitting in water. You want to make sure that you are, primarily not immersing in water and leaving it to be in water. That way, if that happens, it doesn't matter if your soap is new or old, it's going to melt and just be mushy and just, it's not going to last very long. Um, Another thing to keep in mind is when they say old soap does not mean bad soap. Um, the older soap is like wine, fine wine. It gets better with age. So the older, and that is why we soap makers leave our soaps or our batches to cure for 4 to 6 weeks. This gives the soap time for the water to evaporate. And when the water evaporates, it becomes harder. So this part of the soap is harder than this part of the soap. That is why this is getting used up quicker than these ends. Now, when soap making, there are factors that would consider how long your bar of soap will stay. I don't want to use the word good, but will stay without things happening to it. For example, dreaded orange spots, DOS. Now, that's going into a whole different realm. So if you do have soap that you've had for some time, I think I have soap that my in-laws got my husband and I from Canada, and I never really used one bar, and it started developing DOS. What contributes to DOS is the free floating oils in your soap. Now, it's good to have, a lot of people have some free floating oils in their soap. I do have free floating oils in my soap. I usually have it at about 5%. That means the oils that do not get saponified, the oils that do not get that lye oil reaction that converts the oils and lye into soap. Now, there are many things that those free floating oils do for you. They help with the luxury of the soap, with the skin feel, the after shower, after bath feel, and all of those good stuff. The type of oil you use for your free floating oil also contributes, and the age of the oil and whatnot. I'm not gonna go into in depth in all that technicality, but old soap is good soap. I really love old soap. Um, I feel like this really tells you, really gives you an understanding as to how how much quicker new soap um gets used up. I did not mention I used this soap. This was 7 weeks after making it, so it had cured for 7 weeks before I started using the soap. Now, if this entire bar of soap was this, like, go watch my previous video. I'm going to link it above, and you can go see how I made the soap. How the actual batch for sale that I made looks like, and my comparison between both of them. But if this soap was just was without this, the bar will still be, decently thick. Now, if this was just a brand new soap, fresh soap, just cured 7 weeks, this is how much smaller, just this is how much smaller it would be. So this tells you, or this really shows you, how quickly new soap gets used up, um, in comparison to an older soap. I love old soap because it's harder. And you may be asking, why is it happening? Why did this happen? Why is the new soap not getting used up slower? Why is the old soap getting used up slower than the new soap? It's all about the water content within the soap itself. A true soap, we're talking about soaps and not detergent. True soaps is uses water in it. It doesn't matter the process you use, hot process, cold process, some sort of moisture that's not oil. And the reason we make it cure is not because of the lye in it. The lye would have already converted to soap within 24 to 48 hours. It converts really quickly. The reason we let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks is just so that we have that evaporation happening, the hardening happening. It doesn't get used up when you use it as quickly, and it just lasts longer in the shower. So now you can imagine, the older the soap gets, the more time it has to for the water to evaporate, the harder it gets, and then this happens. It gets used up slower than the new soap. Nothing wrong with using new soap. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is all, like I have said, about how quickly it gets used up in the bathroom. Now, also remember that there is going to be a point where water doesn't just evaporate anymore. There's going to be that diminishing return, right? That point when, it doesn't get any older and it doesn't get any harder, and what that point's gonna come. But at what point that happens, you can determine, by testing or whatnot. I haven't done all that testing at different stages to see, within in 8 weeks, and 2 months, and 3 months, and 4 months, and 6 months, and whatnot. So anyway, I thought this was very interesting to bring to you, for you to see in one bar of soap, in one amazing bar of soap. By the way, this soap is fantastic. It's available on my website if you want to go check it out and buy some. The bar of soap without this, check out the video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, because I have this soap being made on camera. So I feel like this really gives you that idea as to the difference between new soap and old soap. Again, I absolutely love old soap. Nothing wrong with old soap. Nothing absolutely wrong with new soap. New soap is fantastic and perfect. This is just it's just a fact and reality about soap. And yeah, I hope you like this video. If you like content like this, please let me know. Um, and yeah, keep on using your soap in a good way. Again, make sure you're using breathable soap stand. Have it elevated above water when you take a shower. Make sure wherever you're placing your soap, it doesn't have your soap sitting in water. That way it's gonna last longer and you're going to enjoy your soap even better. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, do all the good stuff, comment down below, and thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I absolutely appreciate you. You're the reasons why I have the inspiration to make more content, and let me know if you like content like this. And watch out for more soap because I have more soaps coming up. Thank you and goodbye.